I knit my first sweater this year. I knit this green stripy sweater, raglan style sweater. I followed Florence Miller's step-by-step sweater, and I really loved how it turned out. I had never made a sweater before, and so I didn't really think about how much yarn I needed to buy, and I ended up with a bunch of leftover yarn. I have a lot of it. This is the Deluxe Worsted Tweed Superwash from Universal Yarn. This color is olive, and then I don't have a label for this color anymore, but it's like a dark foresty green. I really like the colors. I was really, really proud of how my sweater turned out. I made some mistakes, but it's a first project, so I think it's okay. But my plan is to celebrate my dog's birthday and use up my extra yarn and make her a matching sweater. And I'm planning on following the Portland Raglan dog sweater from CalicoRadio Knits. Yeah, and I'm very excited to see how it goes, so follow along. So this is the dog in question. Her name is Francine, and she is 4 years old this month. She is definitely my knitting supervisor, so she's going to be keeping an eye on what I'm doing and making sure that I'm making her sweater the way that it needs to be made. It's the next day. I made a pretty good start on my collar. I still have a little bit further to go. It's gonna end up being a folded down collar, so it'll be about half the size that it is right now. I just got off work and it is absolutely beautiful outside, so I figured that I would finish up the collar out here, enjoy the weather, yeah, see how far I can get. So I made some pretty good progress on my collar and the top of Francine's sweater. Hi. I'm still just on the raglan increases. I did finish folding over the collar and knitting it down, but I have a ways to go on the increases because it's still pretty small. I'm trying to decide though when I want to switch over to the dark green stripes for her sweater so that she matches me well. Bless you. So on my sweater, I did like thinner stripes of the dark green and thicker stripes of the light green. So I think I still have a little ways to go to make her sweater match mine, but it's coming up. So that's just what I'm thinking about. I also might just take it off of the needles for a second and let her try it on just because I want to see what it looks like on her. So if I do that, I will share it next, or I'll just keep working and check in later. Okay, well, she doesn't look so sure of things, but it does fit. Let's see. Come here, Francine. Yeah, it totally fits. It totally fits. It looks beautiful. You look beautiful. There we go. Okay. a lot of work last night and I got to the end of the raglan increases. So I shouldn't have to increase any more for the size that I cast on. I have never made a dog sweater and I don't know how this is gonna fit. So it looks kind of small to me, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off of the needles and I'm gonna let Francine try it on. I think she likes it. I think she likes it. All right, get down. Now, aside from it looking absolutely adorable on her, I think it is a little bit too small still. We haven't really gotten down to where her legs are. So I think I'm gonna keep going on the raglan increases at least maybe until another dark green stripe, and then check again to see what we're thinking about for the body. But I think this is looking really, really cute as far as where we're at right now. You're looking good, Francine. So I have the whole day off today and I decided to take Francine on a walk, get out in the sunshine, and after this, I don't really have anything that I have to do today. So I think I'm gonna go home and get working on her sweater and see how much I can get done. This is one of my favorite places to walk, either by myself or with a dog, but it's been really, really hot recently, so I haven't been able to take anybody on a walk with me, so it was really nice to get to take Francine out. So it's been a couple days. I've made some pretty good progress. I'm going to share it here in a minute, but I'm almost done with the body of the sweater, and I'm hoping that I will finish it today. So here's the progress that I've made. As you can see, I've already left out my stitches for sleeves. I've made it quite a way past that. And then right here, she's got a really great detail in the pattern where there's a hole built in so that you can put your leash strap through there. So I'm gonna go a little bit further today. I'm gonna try and get one more thick stripe of green and then one more dark stripe of green ribbing, and I think I'll be done with the body at that point and I'll start on the sleeves. Your eyes do not deceive you. There is in fact a second dog. This is my second dog reveal. Her name is Edie and she's actually Francine's mom. But don't worry, she is not a sweater girl. She is not jealous of the sweater. And here I'm binding off on the ribbing on the bottom of the sweater. I'm doing sort of a stretchy bind off so that it stretches nicely along with the ribbing. It takes forever, but I really like it. Honestly, it's a little bit relaxing. I took Francine on a walk this morning down at the beach, and I thought you might want to come too. At this point, I was done with the body of the sweater and I'd moved on to the sleeves, and in my mind, I was going to use the same circular needles that I used for the body for the sleeves, and that was obviously not gonna work. So I switched over to some double pointed needles, and I don't have much experience using them and I am really terrible at them. So this is footage of me just struggling with my double pointed needles. One good thing I will say about these double pointed needles is I really like the clicking sound that they make. So the sweater is done. I have woven in all the ends. I really like how it looks. I'll talk about the modifications that I did later on, but the big modification that I did is that I changed the way that I did the bottom of the sweater. For the pattern, it has sort of like a scooped bottom to make it longer to fit over the dog's butt, but I wanted mine to look more like a person sweater, so I did a flat across bottom. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. I think it matches like kind of perfectly. I was able to get a really similar ratio of thickness for the light green and the dark green stripes. But yeah, I think all that's left now is to try it on. This is for all you goobers that really believed I wasn't going to make Edie anything. We match in this house, and she's got her own matching bandana. We have reached the end of the video. I have my sweater, Francine has her sweater, Edie has her bandana, we're all set, we're all happy. I did want to talk a little bit about the modifications that I did with this pattern. So like I mentioned earlier, I did skip the short row shaping that they had for the bottom of the dog sweater just because I wanted that straight across people sweater kind of look for this one. But in addition to that, I also did some modifications on the sleeves. I originally cast on for a size medium for Francine because she is a smaller dog, but she also has a pretty like broad chest. So I ended up having to cast on, or I ended up having to do more increases on the raglan sleeves than the original medium size had. That being said, it was super easy to modify, basically just like having her try it on over and over again. So I'd recommend this really for any dog of any size or shape. It was very simple to make sure that it fit her well, just letting her try it on and making changes sort of on the fly. That being said, I don't know that I will be making another sweater anytime soon because I don't have any more leftover yarn for her. I am working on another sweater, so maybe when I finish my second sweater, she will also have a matching second sweater, but that remains to be seen. Okay, I think that's it for this video. I'll be sure to link the pattern that I followed as well as the YouTube video that they have available as a tutorial. I had a lot of fun sharing this knit project with you, and I will be back soon. Bye!